So Pisces, your August reading is telling me that 3 is the magic number on something. You may have 3, bottom of the deck, 3 of Pentacles, sources of income. You may have 3 streams coming to you. You may have 3 options, 3 places to go, 3 places to live, 3 avenues of getting to the top of the mountain, 3 paths emerge for you. You have options on how things progress. Now, those of you who are dealing, we got 3 major arcana cards, Justice card, Wheel of Fortune, and the Hanged Man. That's what's coming up so far in your reading. We're going to pull more cards and go into it, but for those of you dealing with a situation that's around, I don't know, something legal, something where you need the outcome to weigh those scales of justice in your favor. It seems like recently you've been proved innocent on something. It was pretty obvious all along to you, but you maybe had to make that breakthrough with other people, but you have reclaimed or claimed a title of innocence, and sort of, integrity. You're become known for your integrity now, Pisces. You're become known for doing the right thing. You're being known for keeping it above the belt, and just being clear with your boundaries, not letting anyone walk all over you, but at the same time keeping things just fair. You're not here to generate like a big mountain load of karma for yourself. You're actually here right now to keep it moving. So recently, something to do with a contract, a decision, something to do with the law or leases or arrangements or anything that binds you, marriages or business dealings, have worked out favorably for you, and you're here to go with the flow. You have a greater sense of trust in what's to come. You know things are changing. You know the Wheel of Fortune says, well, things could change for the worse or things could be better. There could be gain, there could be loss. Something's moving in August for you, and on the other side of it, you don't fully know the outcome yet. You may have to even wait past September to know the outcome. The Hanged Man is suggesting a longer period in limbo coming through August, going into September, still in soul growth, major arcana energy, soul growth energy. It's not appearing to you, or circumstances aren't just unfolding in your life right now just cause. There is a readiness on your part, or a necessity on your part, to move through the motions that these kind of archetypes represent. Wheel of Fortune, a readiness to embrace change, a readiness to know that, yeah, the wheel has turned before. I kind of landed on my ass, and then it turned again, and I was on the up and up, and then that happened again. Things keep changing, things keep moving. You are mutable water. So Pisces, arguably the most adaptable and flexible of all signs. If mutables are the adaptive, flexible, chaotic signs, water is the most kind of buoyant and moldable and shapeable and adaptable to whatever it does. Still Jupiter, Neptunian energy coming through with the Hanged Man. There's a little bit more boundlessness. So you're learning to be completely adaptive, to go with the flow, to actually embrace change, seek it out. And the Hanged Man tells me that you're not displeased with the results of what August brings for you. In fact, it's presenting options for you, ways to get to your final destination, unfold and unfold. It's not like, even, I'm not even seeing like, if that one doesn't work out, go this way. It's just up to you, whatever you want to do. And the choices are there. So it's amazing. Let's get into these cards. So we will clear up the Justice card. We're going to look at the decisions that have been made already. We're going to look at the decisions and the consequences. Let's go into Justice. You could be dealing with a Libra, a Sagittarius, or another Pisces this month. The Empress card, another major arcana, wow, and the 3 of Swords, and the Lovers card. Okay, so far out of 6 cards on the table, I've only got 1 not major arcana card. There's only 22 in the deck of the major arcana. So this is a period of greater tests and soul growth. Now, how are you dealing with this on a just mundane day-to-day level? 3 of Swords and the 9 of Swords in reverse. Okay, not particularly well, but also it's like you're dealing with this because you have to just face up to the truth of something. It's not particularly pleasant. you could start to really be like, well, what will my loved ones think of this? What will my family think of this? Like, it could be getting to that level where you're like, oh no, I don't really want this spotlight or attention or realization to have occurred, but it has occurred. And there's nothing you can do about it. The soul growth is underway. You're not dealing with it incredibly well at this time, Pisces, but this too shall pass. And when I say incredibly well, you're dealing with it how you're meant to be dealing with it. It's not right or wrong. It's just that you may find the energies that are coming up right now to be tricky, divisive, shameful, fearful, intimidating, just downright painful at this time. And you may think to yourself, how am I going to start tackling this? You've already done it. You've already moved through so much of that already. You've already been tackling it. And you start to realize that you did the right thing. You've been keeping it fair. You've been keeping it like decent, and you're conscious of your karma, you're conscious of your karmic footprint, let's say, and you don't want to muddy the waters any further. You want to keep it black and white. There's less of a gray area indicated here. You know what it's like to have spent time in this sort of alone, isolating, an alienated place where you didn't know what was true or not, and that was tough. So you don't want to necessarily inflict that on somebody else, but you still want to maintain boundaries. You are conscious of what people near and dear to you have been thinking of you recently. You may have felt like lovers, friends, family members, you were even doubting their kind of belief in you, opinion of you, or what they were like, were they disappointed in you? This was eating you away, okay? But I guess on the other side of that, something is waiting for you, Pisces. I'm inclined to think with this Jupiter card, the Wheel of Fortune, your ancient ruler. Then we have Neptune, your modern ruler, with the Hanged Man. There is something to be gained for you entering September, maybe even October. Yeah, maybe a little longer with the Hanged Man, although the wheels are turning in October, September. A reward of faith, your faith, Pisces, overcoming anything that, would have been scary to you in the past. Let's look at what's coming up around the full moon in Aquarius. We've got this moon energy here. That's on the 11th of August. The Hermit card. Okay, great. So between the 11th of August and the 23rd of August, when the sun moves into Virgo, the moon card in reverse at the bottom of the deck. The 11th of August, you're not ready yet still. There's still a little bit of uncertainty, resistance, afraid of being vulnerable left there for you. You're still taking things quite seriously. You're still pretty offended or pissed off. You're still kind of like weighing things up, and you're just not quite ready to fully shine the light there yet. By the time the sun moves into Virgo on the 23rd of August, I see a real shift in energy for you. The excitement and change begins to get underway by around, let's say, the 15th, 16th of August. The momentum is flowing, and this is kind of becoming more exciting because it's becoming more real for you. It then just seems like you take a few days to kind of go within so that you're ready to tackle and shine a light on whatever this soul growth is. I mean, you're really getting so much major arcana, Pisces. I'm kind of inclined to imagine that you know exactly what your real test, challenge, or even like significant blessings or change is in your life right now. Where does it feel like you're growing and evolving, or on some level being tested? Let's have a look at what else comes through for you in August, Pisces, after the full moon on the 11th. Strength card, another major arcana, and another major arcana at the bottom of the deck, Star card in reverse. Well, okay, so there is this kind of like, it's like a strength. Okay, so sometimes you're overcoming, sometimes in the reversal of the Star card is this feeling of real sense of defeat. It's just It seems constant this month for you. It seems constant as of late, that there are such strong, significant periods of expansion and like getting ahead and feeling a strong sense of self, greeted with this other end of the spectrum, doubt and overwhelming sense of hopelessness or defeat. Whatever you're going through at the moment, Pisces, it's testing your mettle, but your soul is here at a time to be ready for a lot of this. August is an intense month. It's been an intense month in all of my readings. We had a triple conjunction that we haven't seen in almost, I believe it was like 2,500 years nearly. Uranus, the north node of destiny, and Mars all lining up together in Taurus. That was on August 1st. It was a really big deal. Collectively, this is going to be seen as something that shifts the paradigm towards awakening of new levels of consciousness. That's what Uranus energy is, and the north node of destiny is our collective readiness to be at that level. So I'm seeing so much like soul growth coming through in these readings, probably due to that fact that overall there is an enormous upgrade happening, and I'm not making light of that. You have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 major arcana cards out of 10 in this reading on the table so far. You're going through it, you're growing, you're evolving, you're ready. It's all in divine timing. But some things show you your strength, where your skills are, your talents, your gifts. And then there's just something, that's the strength card, like you see it, you see yourself clearly this month. You feel a real strong sense internally to yourself. But the star card is like, I have to accept that what my losses are at the same time, or you may be saying like, I have to really accept reality that has changed, or that is a defeat. You're defeated on it. Maybe Pisces, the Hanged Man is coming through as this limitless, boundless energy, but at the same time, you're becoming so aware around the 11th of the month, that Saturn Aquarius full moon vibe, of what your limits are too, the Hanged Man. And maybe for a while you've been thinking that you are completely limitless. Maybe you still do believe that, but something is sobering to you or humbling on the 11th. Around that time. The eight of Pentacles, the 8 of Swords, the 9 of Wands. So 2 8s and a 9 here. Okay, when you're ready, not before, not after, there will be a transformation, right? You're suspended from late August. Actually, after the 23rd of August, there is a delay or suspension I'm seeing until going into September. Now doubt could creep up, the 8 of Swords, when this isn't beginning to happen. You could veer into some sort of panic or defensiveness or untrusting, and like lacking trust in, let's say, the universe, or what you've been doing so far has been working. Now you're starting to doubt that. That could come up after the 23rd and going into September. But believe and trust that the transformation is happening. That's what the 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords is saying. We always doubt before it takes off. And then it does, and it transforms into something so incredibly curated, designed, skillful, masterful, maybe artistic, maybe just interconnected, interwoven with all the experience of May, June, July, and August. Okay, that is the final product. That's all the wisdom gained that you've been needing for this in the lead up to this masterpiece that ultimately transforms, that ultimately brings you to where you want to be, and you really see enormous progression, and that's noticeable to others. And it's funny, we end the reading with just 3 minor arcana cards, all good in the hood. It's like, yeah, we've got the memo on that soul growth for sure. You'll know exactly what you've been through, what you're going through. It's obvious, right? But you'll know where you've come from and where you've established sense and strength and determination by the end of the month. And you'll know what your transformative piece of work is, even if that work was just the ability to break free of conditioning, break free of negative limiting self-thoughts and negative beliefs about yourself is what I'm trying to say. It's kind of like all minor arcana. It's like, oh yeah, this is easy now. Like, this is just how I live my life. Like, compared to where you were in July when you were freaking out about what you had learned, and you were seeing like that this would be just something that was never going to change for you. You've really transformed by, let's say, the first week of September, Pisces. Have a great month ahead in August. I'm going to link your exclusive love and relationship reading below. That's on my Patreon channel. When you sign up to Patreon, in exchange, you get a lot of extra content like that. Other than that, consider subscribing here on YouTube. It's free. It helps me grow this channel, and I really would appreciate it. Bye.